What is up, YouTube? So this past weekend, some of my students battled at a jam called the Playground 2. They had kids battles from like 4 to 7, 7 to 12, and 13 to 17-year-old. So they had 3 different brackets. So some of my students who have been training, some of them have been taking my classes, some of them have been taking privates. They've all battled. They all went there. They all battled. They all did a great job. So what we're gonna do is go into this footage. We're gonna jump in and watch all their battles and kind of just give an analysis or breakdown of like how the battle went and what they can do to improve moving forward. I just gave a spiel earlier on like how to approach battles, like mentality, like before and after a battle, and how you should kind of track your progress with battles. But with that said, let's not waste any time. Let's get into these battles. So right here, I have a playlist for all the battles. We're just gonna watch all the top 16 ones, and then actually, let's watch Kaimo's first. So this one is the age 13 through 17 bracket. We're gonna start with this one because there was only one battle. So for this battle, I was doing privates with Kaimo. He's gonna be right here. I was doing privates with him, and he was kind of worried about how the battle was gonna go. He was kind of like, he didn't know how many rounds to do or like what to do in the rounds. So because he was in the older bracket, I think it would have been a little bit more difficult to get by doing just like generic footwork or generic freezes and stuff like that, especially when it comes to the older battles. You need more unique stuff. So what we worked on in our privates was like stuff he already had, like shuffles, 3-step, stab freeze, and try to like mix it up. So like if, for example, like you're doing a CC, you're gonna see him do like a CC on his elbow, a CC on his shoulder. You're gonna see him incorporate a stab freeze into his 3-step. So there's gonna be like more elements in there that are a little bit more unique. And luckily, he asked me how many rounds they were, and I had no idea for these battles, honestly. I had no idea how many rounds they were gonna be. But I told him, I just gave him like, Kaimo, if you're watching, I just gave you a random number. I was like, 3. All right. So luckily this battle, there were only 3 signups for this 13 to 17-year-old battle. So this was the only battle that happened. So pretty much, technically, Kaimo made it to finals. Congratulations, by default. So yeah, this is like a single battle, a 3-way battle between Kaimo, our big boy, Jellybean, and Remy. Jellybean and Remy are from Houston, and they've been dancing for a long time. So this battle, I'll just kind of put it into perspective. These 2 other kids have been dancing probably twice as long as Kaimo. So they've had a lot of battle experience. These kids also battle like in the adult battles. So like at B-Boy City, they'll be battling with their crews. I know Jellybean is in Shun Murda. They're way more experienced. So if Kaimo is like, if he's feeling nervous right now, I totally understand. Let's go ahead and get into this battle. But basically what I told Kaimo was, all you gotta worry about is 2 things: executing, and then actually just executing. But we worked on making our moves unique and different. So that's what the focus was. But in this moment, he already practiced the unique stuff. So now it's just all about execution. So let's watch. All right, so I was telling Kaimo here, like, oh, it's gonna be 3 rounds. So it just works out. All right, thanks, Nick.
Let's go.
All right, Remy's gonna start off the battle. Coming out with the tops. So you can tell these kids have like a lot of experience just by the way they come out with their tops. He's calling out Jellybean. He's going to Kaimo. So you can tell these kids already have that experience. He's coming out, he's confident. I think this round he just did footwork and top rock. That's it. Yep. Jellybean comes out. Kaimo is about to go out. But Jellybean, she's definitely way more calm in her top rocks. I think she's the most experienced out of these 3. Nice. Her go down, clean knee drop, knee rock, windmills. Nice. So she has good transitions. She's doing power. She's doing footwork. She came out with clean tops. She definitely has that confidence. Kaimo is coming out. Nice. Come out with tops. Nice. He's actually looking at Remy in this one. So if you're like looking at his tops, he's like angling Remy and he's like looking at him, which is really good. Didn't quite stick the freeze, but it's okay. He like made it into a transition, and then the swipe, roll back, bow and arrow, bam. And that's it. Nice. Clean round. And Remy's responding. So this is what makes it a good battle, is because Kaimo could have gone out and he's like looking at the ground all like scared or nervous, but he came out and looked at Remy and angled him, which was really tight. That was a tight go down from Remy. Like this is the elements that make battles entertaining. This isn't I think this is his first battle. Maybe on a stage like this. Remy kind of slipped up on the icy ice, caught it in the chair freeze. So this round from Remy is a lot better. Round 2 from Remy was better than round 1. Let's see what Jellybean has. Jellybean's round 1 was really tough. I think she won round 1 for sure. And remember, this battle is 3 rounds. So she's angling both Remy and Kaimo. For her top, she has a lot more steps that she's doing. Slip down to back rock, to head freeze, to tap mills, to baby freeze. Yeah, she's really funky. She has like, she's really taking her time. Nice. That was super tight. That foot pull. And she's continuing that concept. Nice. That's a solid round. Kaimo's coming out. So Kaimo has that energy with his tops. I think he could be a little bit more aggressive and angle like Jellybean, like he's doing with Remy. Nice. 6 steps, Zulu spin, shuffles. And then 3-step stab. Nice. So he's landing in that stab super clean. Nice. To CC, elbow CC, shoulder CC, shoulder freeze. Kind of falls out of it, but it's okay. He gets up and then he just ends it like, bam, that's it. So even if you mess up or even if you slip up or whatever, and you end it solid, like he has that confidence, which is really good. You're bringing out all the energy in that battle from beginning to end. Remy, he's kind of letting his tops like slip up a little bit. He had a little slip up there and that transition go down. I would say these last 2 rounds are probably technically better than his first round, but definitely don't have the same kind of energy. Jellybean last round. Man, she's just killing it with those tops. Nice. 2000 go down. Doesn't fall, clean. Nice. So she has a lot of like foot tapping or foot dragging concepts throughout her rounds, which is really like, that's what really sets her apart from the others. And she's starting to play with a lot more concepts. She's taking her time. But she also, her footwork is cleaner. She's just way more experienced. I know she practices really often because I used to practice with her back in Houston. Kaimo's last round. See here, the energy's lacking a little bit. He's like looking at the ground, but this go down, good energy. Yep. And then to shuffles up the elbow. That was a tight concept. Nice kickouts, Zulu spin, end it clean. Nice. Solid round. So like, you can tell, let me pull it back a little bit. So you can tell in Kaimo's first round, where is it? Like, look, he comes out, energy in his tops, energy in his tops. He's looking at Remy. This is that kind of confidence that you need when you go out in battle. No matter what, no matter who you are, what age you are, this is that kind of confidence. Which, when you look at the last round, it's a little bit lacking. And I can tell, like, he was like, oh yeah, this is the last round. And I, like, at this point, you're probably tired in the battle, right? But he could have, I think, if he were to do anything better, I think it would have been just have, like, keep that energy that you had in round 1 in your tops. Angle your opponent, look at them. And the thing with this battle is that there was 2 opponents. It's a 3-way battle. The thing that Remy did good was that he called out Jellybean first in the first round, and then he also called out Kaimo. He was angling both of them. Let me go back to that. Like, he was angling Jellybean, who's back here, and then same thing on this side. So he's angling Jelly Bean, and then he goes to Kaimo, angles him. So that's really good. That's like high energy stuff, you know. So energy-wise, Remy had a really good first round, and then his third round, you could see the energy go down in his rounds. Jelly Bean kept it consistent, and then Kaimo, I think Kaimo kept his energy more consistent than Remy. But I will say at the last round, he could have bumped it up a little bit more. But other than that, really good stuff from Kaimo. And that's going to be the first battle, which is the 13 to 17-year-old battles. I don't know why it's not loading, but yeah. So, you know, his whole crew's behind him, Burn and Serve crew, the whole fam. You'll love to see it. You know, we're gonna watch this in 480. So we get on. So always, kids, if you're watching, shake hands with your opponent.
Somebody's taking. The judges are like, it ain't me. Here we go.
And you'll see me like, unless you have some real beef, but usually you don't really have real beef. Which also you kids are too young for, so don't even worry about that. Judges voted for Jelly Bean, and then I'm like, hey, go shake their hand. I think it's super important. And then also, great job. Shake hands is hand sanitize, yes. Obviously not the best situation, but hey, go shake their hand. Great job, Kaimo. So yeah, I think I like everything that there's not a whole lot I could say about this battle, like critique wise. Really good stuff, Kaimo. Keep improving. I think if there's anything, it's just the generic work on your moves, work on your work on everything, work on cleaning that energy. But you're already in the right direction. So yeah. So that's going to be it for the first battle. That was the 13 to 17-year-old final. It's one battle, one three-way battle, and that's it. So now let's get to the top 16 of, I think, the 7 to 12-year-old or 8 to 12-year-old bracket. So we'll watch, what was it? I guess top 16, Bryce versus Cashflow.
Representing Austin, Hope for Hip Hop Academy.
All right, you know we're the 1080p gang. All right, so this is Cash, Burn and Serve crew representing, and then I think his name is Bryce. I'm not too sure. So for these battles, the first round, top 16 for the kids battles was 2 rounds apiece, and then after that, top 8 semifinals was 1 round. I think it's because they wanted the kids to be able to do more rounds, which is really good. So Cash, you'll see, I think both of them go 2 rounds. So Cash is right here, and then I think his name is Bryce, is on the other side in the red shoes. Nice. Wow. Bryce just comes right out with the tops. Ooh, to backspin, thread. Nice. CC's. 3-step. Really foundational footwork. Headstand. And then to 1 spin, back to 3-step. Get back up. Nice. Cash already coming out with those shuffles, responding to that thread with his own thread. And then a kick out. So Cash is already doing moves that's like, oh, like, that's unique. What is that called? You know? Doing baby swipes to 1-handed 1-step. You can tell the judges are feeling that. So am I. So he's already kind of, and I'll talk about this later, but he's already kind of like one-upping this kid, Bryce. Does a flare, responds to his half head spin with the full, I think 1 or 2 head spins. Doesn't really catch the freeze, but it's all good. Still ends clean, still has that confidence. Bryce comes out. Nice. Bryce is really confident with it. He's like looking at Cash, he's like, nah, I got it. CC's, shoulder freeze, falls out of it. Headstand. Nice transition out of it. Back to backspin. And then... Man, he's using 3-step a lot, but it's okay. Has the confidence. Look at him just standing there. That confidence. All right, Cash, let's go. Battle to decide the hair. Yes. Showing that foundation with the stab, or the kickouts, the stab. Responding to his windmills with his own windmills. Backspin, shoulder freeze. Kind of falls out of it, but it's okay. He gets up confident. All right, so let's look at the results and I'll give you guys my thoughts. Really good battle. I actually really like this first battle. This is one of my favorite battles.
And as far as the judges, I'm gonna introduce them one by one as we go through because I'm gonna talk a little bit about each one of them. So don't worry, I will talk and embarrass each one of them. In a
This
minute.
group is under
All right.
13.
So moving on. Is it gonna be Cash Flow? Is it gonna be Bryce? Judges on 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, Cashflow takes it. So let me point out a few things that I really liked about Cash's round in particular. So Bryce comes out, he does a thread, right? And then at the end of his round, he does, where is it? He does here head, half a head spin, right? Cash comes out, and then he's like, hold up, I got my own thread. Responding with that with his own thread right here. And then he's like, wait, you had one more thing. Let me just lay it on you real quick. I'm gonna do a one hand, one step. And then he goes into, where is it? He goes into head spin, right? 2 spins, doesn't quite catch the freeze, but he's like, hey, you got your head spin, you fell out of it. Here's my head spin, right? So I don't know if Cash was planning this, but he is replying to Bryce's, like, what he's doing. He did a thread, he did a head spin. He's like, I got threads, I got head spins, and I can do it better than you. So that, in the battle, major props. And he's like, everything in Bryce's first round, I was naming off, like, oh, CC's, 3-step, whatever. Cash, he was doing some concepts. He had that one-handed one-step. I don't even know what it's called. He had the thread to that kick out, the figure 4 kick out. I don't know what that's called, you know? So he's already doing unique stuff, which puts him another level above Bryce in this battle. Same thing with this. Like, you can see, what was it? Where is it? Bryce is doing windmills or backspin, you know, and getting up. He's trying to do his windmills. I think, does he do something similar early on? And he also does shoulder freeze. So he rolls up into shoulder freeze, and then Cash is like, hold up, I got you. I'll show you my windmills. And I think he did shoulder freeze at the end. Kind of fell out of it, but gets up strong, ends it. And he's like, all right, like, it's all you, dog, you know? So this is a really good example. This is why this is one of my favorite battles of that day, is because Bryce was putting out stuff and Cash was looking at it. And like, I don't know if he was like, oh, I'm like, because you did that, I'm doing it. But that made it so much better because he was showing Bryce, like, hey, yo, like, you got this, but let me one up you. Yeah, let me show you, let me do you one better, you know? So both these kids were solid, but Cash definitely took this one in my opinion. So I think that was a great job. So that was the top 16 with Cash versus Bryce. The second one, top 16, V Styles versus Josh. So V Styles is going to be here. V Styles is one of my students at Hope for Hip Hop. You'll see me standing behind all my students. And then here is Josh. Josh coming straight out. So he has that confidence. That's what I like about Josh. Spindle, back to top rock. All right, his footwork, kind of clean, yep. Doing those Russians. Coming back up from the tops and ending. It's kind of short. All he did was kind of like just that footwork. But see, Vince comes out, we'll just watch the whole battle. He comes out with footwork. As a reply, gets up with tops. Not to mention he's battling with his mask on. Oh, he does a 90. Headstand, baby, stab. Clean transitions. Legs don't touch. Amazing. Josh coming out. See, Josh has that energy with his tops. 2000 headstand. I don't know if he's like replying to Vince, but sticks that stab freeze, falls out of it, goes back to head again, tries to do head spin, doesn't quite do it, falls out of it. So if I'm Vince and I'm looking at this, I'm like, all I got to do is stay clean. Like I can't mess up because Josh is messing up right now. So Vince coming out, clean, go down. Nice, baby swipes. Head freeze, lotus, headstand. Nice, coming up with the tops. Dope. Nice. So Vince's round was his second round was kind of short, but I think he had a lot more variety than Josh. In my opinion, if I was a judge, I would have voted for Vince. But the judges, maybe they voted based on something else. So I think if you're just to look at this battle, Josh had a lot of energy with his tops, but he wasn't clean. So if we watch his rounds, you know, he's doing his footwork, but once he gets to his head stuff, you know, he starts crashing out of it, which is okay. And the thing that I like about like what Vince does is that he's like doing this figure four stuff in front of him, falls out of it, into footwork, gets up. The way Vince ends his round, or the first part of his round is, oh, I'm gonna do a headstand 2, figure 4, and I'm gonna lotus, pick up. So the freeze and stacks that Vince is doing right now is like levels above what Josh is doing in terms of just like comparing freezes and power moves. So if I'm kind of like gonna weigh like sides, I think like Vince has like the power and freezes, technical details, but with his tops you can see he doesn't have the same energy that Josh does. But then again, Josh is not that clean, technically not quite like savvy yet, but he does have that energy above Vince. So they both kind of have each other's like each other's weaknesses. If these two battle together, they'd be hard to beat. But see, Vince comes out, and I like that. I don't know if Vince was necessarily having this in mind, but when Josh comes out, I think he does like Russians somewhere here, like here, this step right here. You see him do these Russians, like ka ka ka, right? When Vince comes out, he starts with the same thing, you know? So that's really good. Like you're watching your opponent do something and you're like, I can do it too, easy. So not only showing the judges like, hey, like I got my own stuff, but he's like, all right, like I can do your stuff and my stuff, you know? So I thought this was a really good battle. And I think, in my opinion, I thought Vince took it. Clean stacks, more variety, does footwork, top rock, power, freezes. Kind of does like the whole package. And he's a lot cleaner. But yeah. Battle of the camo shirts. Good stuff. Solid. I would say, as far as like advice, Vince, if you're watching this, probably work on that, using that energy in your tops and in your footwork as you're going. Just get in your opponent's face, be more like a little bit more aggressive with it. But your freezes, your stacks, your combos, really solid. So this was a good battle to watch because it was two completely different styles. All right, on to the next one. Top 16. Sophia versus OG. So Sophia is going to be on this side right here, and OG is on the right side.
This is going to be fire, y'all. 2 rounds each. Let's go.
Sophia was really good in this event. I think she's been breaking quite some time. See, man, that transition was really good from OG. Came out strong with the tops, kickouts, baby. Transition out, thread, back rock. shoulder freeze, clean. Gets up. Back to tops, finishes out. Nice. Solid round from OG. Sophia coming out, adding a little bit more variety in her tops. See, she has some text. I think Rockstrite does something like that, but it's okay, whatever. And then she sticks baby freeze chair. That was, wait, hold on. I thought OG had a more solid round, but I'll tell you guys why in a second. Nice. Her go down was good. One step, one-handed one step. Gets caught a little bit into stab freeze, then to chair, then to bridge, then points. All right, nice, solid ending. Nice walkover. Definitely entertaining to watch. Does the like shoulder breaker thing to knee drop, but kind of breaks that thread. CC's. Her footwork is clean, but she's like, I don't think her pacing is like quite as good as OG's right now. But she definitely has some good flow. I like that she's taking her time. And her headstand. Oh, it's an elbow freeze. Nice, solid. So we'll watch the results.
B-Girl Sophia, break free. B-Girl OG, Austin, Texas, hope for hip hop. Very, very dope battle. Judges on 3. Who's moving on?
What'd you guys think of the battle, chat?
2, 3.
Sophia takes it. 2 votes for her, 1 tie. And I'm like, all right, shake hands. All right, so this battle, I thought OG won. And the reason why, not that my opinion matters that much, but the reason why it matters more. She comes out, her tops, a lot of energy. Good, solid. Her go down, and this is the same thing for her second round too. Her go down, you can't even tell between when she's doing her tops and when she's doing her footwork. Like, which means her go down is like seamless. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm going down now. It's like I'm already there. You know, she's doing her tops. She's like, I'm already there. Top rock, and then bam, just going down straight into it. Like, it just flows from top to bottom. Her pacing is really good. It just shows her like speed with her footwork. Definitely shows that she has like control over her movement. CC's, kickouts, baby freeze, solid. Transition out to thread. Like, she's just like she's doing all the levels, and it just flows smoothly. So I would say like she has really good flow and solid. That's it. The thing with Sophia is like her footwork is a little bit slower. She definitely has some concepts and flow. But I think when she sticks this freeze, I think OG stuck it a little bit more confidently than this, because she kind of fell into that chair freeze, slowly got up. So I thought the first round OG took it. Same thing here. Like, if you look at this top rock and she goes down, she does like a back step into her footwork. And it's like, this transition down is making my tops like seamless transitions to my footwork. I don't know. To me, it just shows a lot more control. She does do a baby freeze twice, but that's okay. She does the chair, and she does a bridge freeze as well. So I thought that was really good. I like how she replied with a walkover bridge. How she was doing a bridge freeze, but Sophia came out with the walkover. I just think overall OG showed more control in her flow and speed, and also her transitions from top to bottom, super crisp. It's like you can't even tell. It's like, how do I say this? It's like you don't even have to tell the person like, oh, you don't have to spell it out for them like, oh, I'm going down from top to footwork. It's like, boom, I'm already there. It's like if you're watching like a movie, you don't notice that scenes are transitioning. It just happens, right? You're watching a movie, you don't notice the editing, because a good movie should be edited well enough for the audience to not be able to tell, right? Oh, like, but if you can tell, like, oh, that was a weird transition, then it's obviously like something wrong with editing. But I mean, besides the point, needless to say, that's kind of like the same analogy for OG. She was like having seamless transitions, like you couldn't even tell when the next part was happening. So really good stuff from OG. I thought she took that one. But win or lose, doesn't matter. We're here to do our best. I also have to circle back to OG's battle real quick, and some advice I would give her would be expand that arsenal in terms of moves, because the moves you have already, OG, are really good. They're really crisp. The footwork, the freezes, all that stuff, I think you can start expanding. You definitely have the flow and the transitions from top to bottom. So I would say if you were to work on anything, work on finding new moves or making new moves that work for you and that fit into your flow. So, all right. So the next battle is going to be, so I don't know this kid's name. I know his dad, and I know this guy's son or his older brother. This is Big Goofy or Goofy from 3D B-Boys. His son, I think he's right here, is Lil Goofy. This is the youngest son. I'm going to call him Lil Goofy versus Wild Nitro Nico. So my student is right here. Nico with the headband. I like it. All right, let's watch it first. Yeah, he's not waiting. He's going straight out. Nice. The sweeps. Nice. With that footwork. Showing his foundation. Head freeze. Transitions back into footwork. I actually really like that when I saw it. You can see me giving props. Doing some up rock. He's like, I'm not done. Now I'm done. Nice. So, yeah, his older brother is like a powerhead. I think this kid has been dancing for quite a bit of time because it's kind of like passed down in the family. His whole family dances. Solid foundation, solid footwork. 2 rounds. Man, I love this song. Nice. Hop rock. That shoulder roll. Nice. Nice, incorporating that same roll into his footwork. Baby freeze. Nice, solid. Get back up. Finish strong. Nice. Kind of stumbled a bit going back, but it's okay. Still solid round. Okay, cool. Nice transition. One hand to elbow. Does one hand again. Nice. So, Lil Goof, I don't think he had a whole lot of text compared to Nico. But what I like, let me just go back. So what I like about this battle is that Nico just went straight out. He didn't wait. He didn't no hesitation. As soon as the music started, he's like, I'm going. He's like ready to go. Amazing. He's already taking control of this battle. Like, energy-wise, he is already taking control of this battle. You know? Goes down into some footwork. See, and I think he's doing more legible steps into these sweeps, back into these kickouts. And I think for this round, I think for both his rounds, he did freezes at the end. And I like this transition he did from head going down into footwork. That's a pretty tight transition. Like, maybe turn this into a step. Like, see how you're doing it right here? You're doing a step, going to head, and then going back to a step. Like, if you could repeat that over and over, it'd be a super tight idea, Nico. All right, so I really like this round. He comes out with that energy, and then he's like, now I'm done. Get out of here. And then Lil Goof, I actually thought his first round is solid. His footwork was nice. Stuck some pretty good freezes. Yeah, he had some clean footwork, low goof. See, Nico doesn't hesitate to come out. He's already in the flow of the battle. Super nice. These tops right here, super crisp. This one he's taking his time. Like compared to the first round, you can tell he's feeling the flow of the battle because you see he's taking his time in his tops. Like if you watch when he first comes out, he's a little bit rushed. He's like, I'm just gonna go down. He goes down, right? But here, in this battle, comes out, and you know he's in the flow of it. He's like, listen to the music, taking his time in his tops, not worried about going down too quickly. Nice, and there's his go down. So this shoulder roll right here, I thought this was a good intro. Good intro because it sets up for this next one. When you see his step, tuck in right there. So he has this idea going which he can roll with, no pun intended. His go down, that's one, right? And then he's doing his footwork. He can do the same thing again. Bam, does it again. Maybe he can do this from a freeze or something like that. It was kind of a crash, but it's all good. See, like he's turning these ideas or these slip ups into like an idea. So like if I was judging and I saw his go down, I might be like, oh yeah, that's kind of a crash, you know? Like I'll take note of that. Oh, but he's doing it again. Like was that first time on purpose? You know, he's taking that kind of like crash and like kind of like playing with it. I don't know if that was intentional, but as a judge, if I'm watching that, I'm like, oh wait, is that a crash? And then he does it again. I'm like, okay, it wasn't a crash. Or, you know, so it's just like a good, like if I was a judge, it fooled me. Solid baby freeze. So both of Nico's rounds, he did top rock. The second round, he did a lot more top rock. But in both rounds, he did clean footwork. He did freezes. He did, I think the first round he did head freeze, he turned into a step. The second round he did a baby freeze, solid. And I think as far as Nico goes, I think if he works on his top rocks, as far as like advice goes, this kind of energy he has here, he can capitalize on this. If he keeps training this, like this kind of energy, he's gonna set the tone because both times he goes out, he sets the tone. He's like, I'm going out first. And then it's like, okay, you're done, my turn. Like immediately, kind of like just takes over the momentum of the battle with those tops. He can definitely change the momentum of the battle if he comes out with those tops and works on it. His footwork is clean. I would say in terms of footwork, if he works on just cleaning up his steps, making them more crisp, definitely opportunity there. But I think also with his freezes, and also his transitions, he has it looks like, I know these might be crashes, and same thing with the head freeze. I know it might be a crash, but it looks like he has potential for ideas on some of these. And like I don't know like if he recognized it or he just was just going with the flow, but he definitely has a lot of opportunities for ideas. So that's kind of like the advice that I see with Nico. So good stuff, good battle. Let me see. What was the voting?
Judges on 3, who's moving on? 1, 2, 3.
All right, little goof wins, but I'm like, hey, shake his hand. Important, shake your opponent's hand. I could see he was a little bit, he was like, dang it, when he saw the result. But it's all good. Remember what we talked about earlier. It's not really about the placement in these battles. See, shake hands, great job. So I can understand, you feel kind of down about it. It's okay. We've all been there. But like we talked about earlier, the placements, whether you win or lose, the progress is what matters the most. So other than that, these two battles are really good. All right, the last battle of the top 16 that we're going to be watching is Emily versus Bianca.
Let's go. You already know. B-girl Emily, let's go. Representing Break Free versus
Emily is on the left side right here. Bianca on the right.
This one's gonna be crazy, I promise you. Mark my words. In 5 minutes when this battle's over, I'm gonna say I told you so. Here we go. 2 rounds each. Who wants it?
2 rounds. Top 16. Bianca goes out. She didn't even wait either. She just went out. Nice. Her go down to the point. So that's the thing with Bianca is she just gets to the point. That was tight. I think if she walks that more, that'd be super tight. What's up, Llama? Yeah, these are my students. I'm right here. So this Emily girl already coming out with that energy. I think she has a lot more experience than Bianca, but Bianca killed it. Straight to the point. Emily has a lot of text. Nice thread to backspin, shoulder spin, stab. Nice. Kind of small tap there, but it's okay. Bridge. Oh, she's showing that she can walk too. She did Bianca's move. Nice, Bianca coming out again. No time to waste. That was a tight go down. Nice, bridge again. And then that's a nice transition ahead. Flipping over. Elbow CC. Back up. Nice with the burn. Nice ending. She got straight to all her points, which was super tight. Like most of the time you watch like some of these kids battle and like they kind of get lost in the sauce because it's like, oh crap, what do I do again? But Bianca, she just went in there, she knew what she was gonna do. Again, nice with the threads, the sweeps. Nice. Nice 2-step. Solid. And then another stab freeze. Or shrimp freeze, I don't know what it's called. Kind of a slip up there, but it's okay. And that was the end of the battle. Oh, nope. Replies to her burn with her own, and that's the end of the battle. Yeah, it's pretty insane that they have this level of understanding. I think it's kind of like innate though. I don't know if they're like consciously thinking about it this way, but it's like really good. So Emily takes it, 1 vote for Bianca and I think 2 for Emily. So let me go back. Like Bianca literally comes out as soon as the music starts. Same thing with Nico, just comes out straight to the point. Like that's what I like about her style. The music hasn't even started yet, and she's already going out. She didn't, no time to waste. Here's my go down. And her footwork, clean, straight to the point. Here's my headstand. Here it was kind of a slip up, but she played it off. She ended up walking it, which was pretty tight. I think if she walked it like all the way further, she could just take this and just walk all the way up to Emily, like this entire distance. That would have been a super crazy burn. Points at her. And then crashes out of a baby freeze or a stab freeze into a bridge, but it's okay. Yeah, she definitely like, and she definitely knew what she wanted to say. Like if I was in an argument with her, I wouldn't want to get into an argument with her because she's the type that's like, I know exactly what I'm going to tell you, and here's all the points where you're wrong. Like that's how she battles. If she were to argue the way she battles, that's how she would argue. Let me just tell you everywhere you're wrong, and I have it all written out already. Here are my points. And that's it. Emily, solid round. Some repeats from her, but see, she like because Bianca did the walking bridge, she also did a walking bridge too to her and points at her as well. Walk, 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 point, and then replies. So that was a good reply from Emily. And then Bianca, she just goes out. Like, no time, no dead time. Straight to the point. Here's my argument. This go down was super tight. Let's go down, slide, and turn. Nice. That was really good. You can tell the judges are feeling this. All right, does a bridge. So a lot of her moves are based on bridge because she's like falling over into bridge and catching herself. Nice burn. She has that energy. I don't know. She just has like a lot of that energy that OG has as well, and Kaimo too. But at the same time, she knows she doesn't like wait on anything. She just goes. So that's really good. I will say, as far as her like what she can work on, her footwork is clean. I would say whenever she gets into a freeze, whether it's a bridge or a baby freeze or a head freeze or anything like that, probably clean that up so she doesn't fall into bridge, because every round you see bridge, bridge, bridge. Which, if you're a judge and you see a lot of the same thing, it gets kind of boring. So you want to show like a lot more variety. So landing in a bridge and catching yourself is good, but you don't always want to do that. So I would say if you want to work on something, then I would say work on cleaning up those freezes, making sure you stick the stab and don't fall into a bridge if you did that last time, right? Or if you do a headstand, don't fall into a bridge like you did last time. So I think other than that, really solid stuff. Wouldn't want to get into an argument with Bianca. And then she also got a vote from Tara. Thanks for dropping by, Chips.
Who's moving on? 1, 2, 3.
Nice. So 2 for Emily, 1 for Bianca. So, yes. Also, Jeremy from Havakoro and the general manager of Break Free also gave Bianca props. Said she just, quote unquote, she just gets it. So, good stuff. Good stuff, Bianca. All right, and that concludes the top 16. If we move on to top 8, these will be Cash's battles onwards, I believe. We saw all the students, and then now is Josh versus Cash Flow in top 8. I believe this is 1 round. I don't know. Why is this 3 minutes long?
Could be your final battle.
And then whoever wins this goes to the final battle. This is the kid that Vince battled. So this kid beat Vince. So now it's Cash's turn to get revenge for his boy. Cash tying his shoes. Man, he has that confidence. He's looking at him straight in the eye. He's like, you're going first. You love to see it. All right, he's like, I'm going first. Nice. Front handspring. Gets caught up a little bit there, but it's okay. Nice tops, butt slide. Nice, belly mills. Nice to backspin. And chair freeze, super clean. You can tell the judges are feeling this. Kickouts. So Cash right now has a lot of foundation. Tries to hit that Nike freeze, but it's okay. So this is a similar format to what Vince versus Josh. Josh has a lot of energy coming out. Cash and Vince have a lot of technicality in their dance. But even if you have energy and you're doing, the same moves, it's hard to get far in a bracket with just pure energy, and when you don't have that technicality in your challenge like that. He does that forward stab walk. Nice. Headstand, elbow freeze. Nice. We didn't see that in the earlier battle. Nice. So Josh has done top rock, footwork, and then some freezes. Kind of falls out of that. But Cash has done top rock, footwork, power, freezes, right? So he's doing some more, and then Cash. That's why. This battle was only 1 round, and Cash was like, I'm going 2 rounds. He was really hungry for it. He did the whole round. So I'll leave this playing. I'm only going to count the first round. But I will say, just looking at this battle, I think Cash comes out with more. Technically, he comes out with more stuff, right? He comes out, he does his top rocks, he does his footwork, and then he does those belly mills to backspin. These belly mills backspin. That's already very high level, compared to what Josh is having. Sticks that freeze back into footwork, super clean. And I think what Cash, when you look at Cash's top rocks and he comes out, I don't think he does a whole lot here. Does he even do any here? Yes. So like Cash, you can see like if you compare their top rock, Cash doesn't have a lot of energy here, which he could work on. Especially compared to Josh, where he has like a lot of energy in his tops. But what he lacks in tops, as far as energy goes, he makes up for on the floor. So like that's like one of his strengths. Like if he is lacking energy in his tops, he's gonna put it on the floor, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. So you'll see like there are two components to it. Cash doesn't really have energy like up top, but when he's on the floor, a lot of energy. Josh is the exact opposite. In his tops, a lot of energy. On the floor, he starts slowing down. You can kind of tell, and especially because Cash has more vocabulary, he's winning this battle right now because Josh is kind of like running out of moves, right? If I'm going to look at this from a judge's perspective, but solid rounds from both. Cash definitely pulling out those belly mills to backspin. Definitely, I think, turned the tide of the battle. It made it from like a kind of yes to like a definite yes. I'm voting for Cash. So he stuck that freeze, nice, but good battle. So that was only one round, and Cash went out for a second time. Super hungry. ECP is coming out. But yeah, so we're only going to count that first round, but Cash definitely killed that round. That was top 8 semifinals, Sophia versus Cash. So Sophia battled OG. So now it's Cash's turn to redeem his other crewmate, OG. Whoever wins this moves on to the finals. We have Sophia here and Cash on this side. Cash coming out with the tops. I think Cash started these past 2 battles, right? So this go down, we'll go back to it. We'll watch the battle for now. But his go down was super tight. He's doing a lot more footwork techs than he's been doing in the earlier battles. But as far as like freezes and power moves, he's not doing a whole lot this round. But I think it might be enough to get him by. Sophia coming out with those tops and spin. Nice knee drop. She did that in the first round against OG. Nice. She's got those sweeps, adding something different. Got those CCs that we saw in the first round. Nice. She has solid footwork. Nice head hollow. Solid. Super flexible back. Yeah, her footwork is definitely slowing down compared to the earlier round that we saw. You can tell she's kind of like struggling to get that movement. So I think if Cash continues the way he's flowing, he should be good. Actually, wait, that was only one round. So from my perspective, Cash definitely had more energy in that battle. Let's see where the votes went.
Cash flow. Sophia. Judges. 1, 2, 3.
All right, 2 ties and 1 vote for Cash. And I can understand why these judges voted ties, because when Cash went out, he didn't do a whole lot. He did tops, he did footwork, and that was about it. But this go down was nice. If we go back, this foot tap, 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 down, spin down, nice, super fresh, gets into his footwork. So I will say, what Cash has, you know, that energy on the ground that I was talking about, he's definitely showing it here. Content-wise, he's not doing a whole lot, but he's showing he has more like flow than Sophia, because Sophia, she's going out and she's doing her footwork, but you can kind of tell she's like kind of like slowing down a lot. But I will say she did have her doing this head hollow, I think kind of put those 2 judges from voting for Cash into a tie. But that's just my perspective. But I think overall, in terms of like flow and fluency in this battle, Cash definitely had the momentum, and I think Cash took it as well. But it was close though. I think had Sophia done like her footwork with a little bit more speed and proficiency, along with that head hollow, it could have went the other way.
Judges, 1.
So, good battle. That was a semifinal. Cash moves on to the final battle.
Castro takes it.
All right, and before we get into the finals, I do want to talk about like what I told Cash before like this whole battle started. So I was telling Cash before this battle started, like, hey, you did windmills already, you did your belly mills, you did your backspin, you did your flare, you did your freezes, right? It's okay to do them again. Like, remember what we did in class with the transitions? We did like jump, squat down to stab. We did squat down, jump to the side, stab. Spin down, stab. One step, stab. We did CCs to stab. We did all these things into stab, and technically we repeated the stab, but we did it differently to where the stab is not quite the same anymore. So I told him, even if you have to repeat the moves, get into it a different way or anything like that, go ahead and do it, because this is the final battle. And if you're out of moves, just go ahead and throw out whatever you got. You know, don't hold back on this final. So that's pretty much what I told him before. And I was like, just go all out.
If you saw our 5 to 7-year-old battle, then you know.
So this is Cash Flow versus Jay Slim. I don't think any of the other kids have battled Jay Slim.
Come support them. Cash Flow, where you at? Right here. Cash Flow. Burn and Serve crew.
All right, so this is the final battle coming up.
Austin, Texas. Jay Slim. Break free. Northwest. Intermediate student. H-Town.
Yeah, I'm just here. I'm just telling him go all out, don't hold back. It's the final, so whatever you have left, just use it, because you literally have nothing to lose at this point.
9. He's 9. He's 10. They're about to go 2 rounds each.
So judging from the rest of the kids, it seems like they didn't have a whole lot of moves, and I was like, all right, Cash, if you got to repeat, go ahead and do it. Like, anything goes. Whatever you got to do to win, do it, you know? But he holds it down for sure. Let's watch this battle.
DJ Flow, drop that magic. Let's go. That's right. Break it. Who wants it? 2 rounds.
Nice. You can see Cash is feeling it. And yet again, starts off the battle. Tops. Nice. Into that backspin thread. And this is new too. Backspin thread to back thread, and continues on with that thread combo. Nice. Man, that's such a solid thread combo. Baby swipes here. He did that first round, but you know, it's the finals. Nice. He does that up rock on beat. Jay Slim's turn, getting everyone hype with the quick burn. So his tops he doesn't really have a whole lot of tops. Doing windmills, clean windmills though. Backspin, I think he did windmills or backspin like every other round though, but he's replying to Cash's backspin thread with his own backspin thread. Roll back to stab into footwork. He has some pretty clean footwork, I will say. Nice. Transitioning that footwork into power, into that windmill. Nice. He's kind of struggling here with his transitions, but all good. There's a thread. Nice direction change. Nice. All right, Cash coming out. The beanie in hand. You already know what's going to happen. Go for that spin. That hang glide. Nice. Throws the beanie away. Good. Nice. Handstand spins. And I think that's it. Yeah, that round was way too short compared to Jay Slim. Jay Slim dancing it out. So that second round was kind of short from Cash. That might have been the round that cost him the battle. Nice. Hit that one-hand freeze on beat. But let's see what Jay Slim has to say. Does the backspin yet again. But he switches it up. He stops and goes the other way. That's a nice switch up. Fooled me. Nice stab into some footwork. Nice transition into head, and then one head spin into footwork. Nice. Didn't end that solid, but it's okay. Oh, that was 2 rounds. Nice. All right, let's see what the judges vote. So this was a 2-round battle.
They've been holding it down all day, but there can only be one. Who's gonna take home the $150 in the check and the Playground Championship title? Judges on 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, 2 votes and a tie for Jay Slim. Nice. All right. Cash is understandably upset. I would be too. But, like I said, I'm like, hey, good job, but go shake his hand. Shake hands. I'm like, hey, good job. Good stuff. Remember, shake your opponent's hand, chat. If you're battling someone, you don't have beef, shake their hand. They deserve as much respect as you do. Alright, so this battle, I like how Cash started off like he always started. Solid. Coming out. Solid stuff. He does the backspin thread. I really like this combo. This combo, I think if he had done a little bit more in this round, in both rounds he did, I think it would have tipped him off. It would have tipped him over. Because that thread combo, so good. Thread in the backspin, transition out, thread on the back, all the way to a footwork transition. So he went all the way from his back, from backspin, all the way into footwork, doing that same thread transition. Baby swipes, and then up rock. So if you're looking at it from a technical perspective, technically he's just doing top rock, a thread combo, and then what was it? And then some footwork. Oh, he does baby swipes, and then he does up rock. So that's like kind of like four major points in this round, which isn't a whole lot, because you'll see Jay Slim coming out. He has the energy, but he's not like his top rock. He's not doing a whole lot of top rock in this one. He just goes kind of straight down. Like he's doing windmills. And then he goes into backspin, thread, and that's a reply, right? He does a backspin, it's a reply to Cash's thread set, back into a freeze. I don't think Cash really did a freeze in this one per se. And then he does footwork, transitions from footwork into power, and ends in a freeze. So Jay Slim had a little bit more points, and again, reply to that thread, he had a little bit more points than Cash did. Not in terms of like a point system, but like if you were to have an argument, or a debate, Jay Slim would have more to say. More to say that's different, if that makes sense. Which leads me to the next round, which Cash does his top rocks. He's focusing on this handspin right now, so he's not really focusing on the tops. He's just worried about getting down. So top's not really there. Handspin, good, good. Transitions out, tosses the beanie away, does top rock, and then goes into handstand spin. Right, and then that's about it. And he ends it. That's only like 3 points he's made. And then Jay Slim, he's dancing out this top rock, right? He's like, you're not dancing, but I am, you know? And then if you watch his rounds, he's replying to that handstand with like, oh, I can do a one hand. You know, that's another point. He's doing a backspin. He's like, oh, wait, I already did that, but I can go the other way. That's like a third thing. You know, he's going over a lot of points right now as far as like, you know, a debate's concerned. He's doing freeze, and then jumps into headstand, head spin, like he has a transition into that. Like he's saying a lot more than Cash is, and he gets up clean. He didn't crash that one. So as far as the results go, you know, if I was judging this, I would give it to Jay Slim based on that. I will say Cash did a great job, first and foremost. If he were to work on anything in particular, it would definitely be working on expanding that variety with his, like, he has windmills, he has backspins, he has flare, he has his freezes, but right now that's just where it is, right? I think he can start changing it up. His leg positions, his transitions from flare, like maybe start doing flare into windmill or flare into footwork, or just like Jay Slim did earlier, do footwork into windmill or into your power moves, right? So I think there's like, this is the hardest battle Cash had, and I think this battle shows the most he can take from it as well. So like I said, great job. If I were to work on anything as far as all this goes, I would say work on either the energy you're putting out up top, like you do on the floor, and also changing up what you already have, because you have a lot already, Cash. Like flares, windmills, footwork, like that thread combo. I would like to see more of those types of combos in your rounds. Maybe not necessarily threads, but a whole little package that, like, oh, okay, here's my kick out combo, and everything I do in this combo, like, I'm gonna freeze and I'm gonna kick my legs out, and I'm gonna go on the floor and kick my legs out, something like that. Like, so you have like this whole phrase that you're saying, like in this thread combo. So I think there's a lot to take from this, and for all the kids in these battles, they did an amazing job. First and foremost, I think there's a lot to take from it, and the good thing is that they have options, right? It's not just like, oh, like you have to work on your top rock, you have to work on your footwork, you have to work on your freezes for whatever, right? You have like a plethora of things you can choose from. Oh, I could work on my top rock, but I also had some really good ideas, like kind of like Wild Nitro Nico. He had really good top rocks that he can work on coming out, and just like pushing that he was already strong in, or he can kind of like dial it back and be like, oh, well, you know, I'm gonna work on my freezes, or I'm gonna work on cleaning up my footwork and making it a little bit faster. You know, so you have all the kids from all these battles, they have a lot of options to choose from in order to get better. So when you're watching these battles, kind of, I guess, you know, win or lose, I know losing is upsetting, like I said earlier, and the whole kind of spiel I went over about placement. But just a quick recap, I wouldn't worry so much about placement, like top 16 or finals or getting knocked out, wherever you get knocked out, or even if you win. Great, it feels like a good feeling if you win, and great job. But at the same time, I think the most important thing is to look back on your footage and see what you can do better and see where you can progress, because the next time you go to an event, and the next time, like after practicing, and the next time you battle, like you want to be better than you were at this jam, right? So I think that's the way you kind of like approach these battles. Like, oh, even though I lost, there's things I can work on. I'm gonna work on them. The next battle, I'm gonna come back and do it better, whether that's a win or a lose, right? So if you win the next battles, then great. But you could battle the best b-boy in the world. But even if you battle the best b-boy in the world, and there was a freeze you didn't stick in this last jam, like, oh, I fell over in my baby freeze, and you stick it in the next battle, that's some improvement right there, right? So again, doesn't matter who you battle, it doesn't matter where you place in this whole competition. What matters is when you're battling, first and foremost, have fun. Be yourself out there, just like all these kids have. And then also, like, when you're trying to be a little bit critical of yourself, look at this footage and see kind of like, you know, where can I be better? So that kind of wraps it up for everything that you know, that we've done as far as the battles from last weekend. All the kids did an amazing job. If you guys are interested in lessons or privates or classes or anything like that, feel free to DM me. I also have a private lessons sheet that you can fill out if you're interested, like an interest form. So feel free to do that if that's something you're interested in. We can work something out. Those of you guys in Burn and Serve crew, Hope for Hip Hop Dance Academy, all you kids did an amazing job this weekend. I'm super proud of all of you. And I hope you guys continue to not only just enjoy what you're doing, but I hope you guys are motivated to keep training, because your performance this past weekend was phenomenal. And I think if you keep training and you keep your head up and don't take these losses to heart and take it as a lesson, I know you guys can go very far. If you were watching on YouTube, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell. That's kind of weird to say because I don't really say it that often. So, but yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.